Dear friends, is the Redeemer of mankind. This evening I want to touch on the issue of what does the world really need. People have looked into the world and seen the chaos that is going on, and seen the challenges that the world faces, and seen the reaction that the earth is bringing up. And people in many parts of the world, they found themselves convicted with the idea that maybe what they need to do is to pray more. The world doesn't really need more prayer. You know, others have speculated that maybe they need to donate more money. The world maybe needs more money. The issue is that money is an invention of mankind. But the issues that the world needs are not the invention of mankind. These are fundamentals. You would understand that if the people of the world have forgotten the fundamentals of life here on earth, it doesn't matter how much money they have, it doesn't matter how much prayer, they sacrifice. Ultimately, they would understand, they will have to understand and face that all that they need in the world is the truth. I'm gonna say that again. The world needs the truth. The world doesn't need another religion. In fact, the world is the way it is today because of these traditions, because of this religious system, because of these church systems, because people don't know, the majority of people have got no clue where these systems come from and who these systems actually serve. Whoever designed these systems, the religious system and the church system, is the enemy of the people. That's what people need to wake up to understand and to learn. My work is to give you the truth in its purest form so that you can at least wake up to it and realize that you need to join hands. You need to join hands. You need to make sure that you work together as mankind. You need to make sure that you work together as the inhabitants of the earth. Ultimately, everything that you do, it's for your own good. But if you remain stubborn, and steadfast in your traditions, in your belief systems, you're gonna run yourself into the dungeons, into destruction. There is chaos that is worse than what you already know. And all that you have and your knowledge is not going to defend you. What you need is the truth. What you need is the fundamentals. You need to go back to the drawing board. You need to understand who you are. You need to forgive one another. Remember that you speak the language of consciousness, albeit, without you being aware. That's why the earth is responding the way that it's responding. And you see all these things that you see around you. These are telltales. These are warning shots. These things that you witness, the suffering and the natural disasters and all these other things that you witness, these are warning shots. These are your awakening call. You need to heed this. You need to understand that the time is now for you to rise up as humanity, to embrace one another, to forgive one another, to begin to see with the spirit eyes, to begin to speak the language of consciousness, to begin to approach one another with humility and compassion. Because the same you shall expect when you are in a desperate situation. My dear friends, it is my duty to come to you. It is my duty to come to you sternly and say, wake up, humanity. Understand that your time here on the earth is not permanent. That everything that you see happen around you is of your own making. These are the consequences of your own actions. You can change things around you. You can heal the earth if you like, because the earth speaks the language of consciousness. When you begin to speak to the earth out of love, the earth will respond with love. You know, your environment is been poisoned by your own actions, by your own greed and your own indifference. It is time now to wake up. It's time to heed the messages. It's time to listen, you know, to the earth. It's time to listen to me, you know. Collectively, you have called me, and you don't know that. But remember, your soul does the will of God. Even though your egos can take their own path to lead you astray, you know, to accumulate death, you know, to lead you into a chaotic environment, I will not let that happen. I have to speak to you. I have to come and speak to you, and hope that you hear me, and hope that you will turn away from your wicked ways, and hope that you mend your ways before it's too late. This is all that you need to do. You need to forget about your religiosity. You need to forget about your traditions. They have not served you well. You need to forget, you know, about your egos. You know, you need to forget about all these things. They are doing you a disservice. When you behold the next person, you are seeing a temple of the Almighty God, because the Spirit of life is inhabited in that body. That's what I need you to understand. You know, I need you to change your attitudes before it's too late. And I hope that this has found you in time. May you be blessed further. Thank you.